So, what brings you here today?
um, I have been dealing with some personal things, some feelings of failure as a parent. My family thought that it would be a good idea for me to talk with someone who can guide me in this process. Um, my son is in a recovery process of drug abuse, and he's been 3 years in recovery, which I'm very happy with. But he was using drugs for a few years. He started as a teenager, and got in a lot of trouble. And I felt like as a parent, I failed him. I was kind of lost, didn't know how to deal with his situation. And now, thankfully he's in recovery, as I said. But I can't shake that feeling of like I'm responsible for him.
It seems to me that it's difficult and you may be facing some tough emotions with your son.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think at this point, which I should be very happy, because he's drug free, and I still deal with the frustration of, again, a failure as a parent. And the frustration comes because when I speak with like my husband and my mother, my daughter, the close family, they have been extremely supportive with my son and with me as a parent, but they don't understand what I feel like that, and that is frustrating to me. And I haven't been able to communicate with my son in the sense of like having that talk conversation afterward. Like he tried to explain me why he went that path, and me, so I can find like maybe some relief.
I see. It seems to be difficult to be able to handle those things. And tell me more about what it's like for your son's journey in his recovery.
And well, we did try a couple times rehab, but he was not ready, so that fails. He went to a home group. He even went to juvenile detention for a couple months. And after a certain time, with the struggle and him going back and forth, he joined a youth group in the church, and that seems to be very, very helpful for him. Like I mentioned, he's been 3 years in recovery, not using any type of drugs, which is a blessing. It's something really good.
It seems to me that your son is doing a lot of things for himself in order to get past his addiction and to become a better person each day.
Definitely. My only concern in his recovery process is like he had no be consistent in like going to like group counseling, which I believe that it's a big part in the recovery process, so they can prevent uh, going back or recurring if something happened. Because right now he's happy, he got married kind of soon, has a baby, which is keeping him busy and all of that. But I'm afraid that because he's not getting that extra support, if he goes back to the old habit for whatever can trigger him, now there's the wife and the baby who can be damaged for his action. It's not going to be only him and me as a parent, of course, suffering. So that's also aggravating my feelings of the failure, because I still, even after he's not using the drug, no not being able to provide more support, should I say?
It seems to me that it's overwhelming, and although your son is doing everything that he can, I do understand your worry when it comes to him not being able to do what he used to, so he could maintain his recovery from addiction, and he has a lot on his plate.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that's what the link is missing. That support on his maintenance to get his recovery. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's tough. It's
So
hard to
we could
talk about it.
always- Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. I'm really afraid that he could go back, that something triggers him and he could go back. Because, when I listen to people who have been trained to treat people like this, in these situations, they always try to make you aware that relapsing is an option. And I'm really concerned because there are now people that depend on him. Like before, he was dependent on me, but now there's people that depend on him.
It could be a little confusing, possibly, as far as where his life would be heading. Personally, for me, I was an addict, and I could understand his view when it comes to remaining responsible and abstaining from drugs. And I can see that he's doing his best, even though that he isn't partaking in his past activities. It may be possible that he's overcoming it by focusing on his family.
So, kind of like one thing is not supplemented, but substituting the other one. Do you think that could be? Yeah, that definitely could be something positive in that sense. He's not looking for that outside help because he does have it at home.
Absolutely.
That I didn't thought about it that way.
Yeah.
But it is a great point, and maybe I should focus on that. And yeah,
Tell me more about what you think he can do personally, as far as what he thinks is best for his recovery.
I feel like he does, like he should be looking for that outside counseling, even if it's not like once a week, but maybe a couple times a month, even one time a month, so he can get some extra help. I think he feels shame for what he did, and I think if he talked to other people that have been in the same situation, he will realize that he's not alone. Also, I feel he's not ready yet, but I think we're still lacking that conversation. As a parent, like, please tell me where do I fail that to why I did not why, but what I did not understood, or what I didn't do that lead you to this path.
It seems that you're assuming responsibility for what your son has done, and